Picture this, a world without cars.
Hmm.
It's pretty hard to imagine, right?
Hmm.
Especially for us.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, for those of us who grew up,
Yeah.
cruising around or
Yes.
taking those
Yeah.
family road trips.
Yeah.
Well, that world existed
Oh, yeah.
not that long ago.
Isn't that long ago?
And the guy who changed everything
Hmm.
was a farm boy from Michigan.
Oh, wow.
His
Yeah.
name was Henry Ford.
Henry Ford.
So this deep dive
Okay.
is all about him.
Interesting.
Henry Ford and his incredible journey.
Okay.
We're going to uncover how his obsession with machines led to the Model T,
Okay.
the car that put America on wheels
Yeah.
and really
Yeah.
revolutionized the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've got some really fascinating sources for this one,
Oh, cool.
including biographies, historical accounts,
Okay.
even some of Ford's own writings.
Interesting.
So get ready to be transported back in time
I'm ready.
as we explore not just the nuts and bolts
Yeah.
of his inventions,
Okay.
but the man himself, the triumphs, the controversies, and that lasting impact he had on society.
Yeah.
It's a story that just might make you look at that car in your driveway a little differently.
Well, what's often overlooked is that Ford, he wasn't just a brilliant inventor. He was this relentless innovator, constantly pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
And his story, especially for those of you who remember the days before computers and smartphones, is a powerful reminder of how quickly technology can just reshape our lives.
Absolutely. So let's rewind the clock back to 1863.
Okay.
To a small farm in Dearborn, Michigan, young Henry Ford. This boy who, from a very young age, showed more interest in tinkering with machines than tending crops.
Interesting.
It's almost poetic.
It is.
His dad wanted him to embrace that farming life.
Yeah. But Henry...
He was captivated by anything mechanical.
Anything mechanical.
And it started with a simple pocket watch.
Oh, wow.
7 years old.
Okay.
He takes it apart. Fascinated by the intricate workings and that curiosity, that drive to understand how things worked became the driving force of his life.
Wow.
It wasn't just watches, though.
Okay.
He tinkered with everything.
Yeah.
Farm equipment tools, even toys.
Really?
He even built a working steam engine with his friends when he was just a teenager.
Oh, wow.
And that engine actually exploded.
Oh, no.
And it left a scar on his face.
Wow.
Pretty telling anecdote, don't you think?
It is. It speaks to that,
Yeah.
Fearless experimentation,
Yeah.
willingness to take risks, to pursue knowledge.
Absolutely.
All right.
But the moment that truly set him on his path happened when he was 12 years old.
Okay.
He encountered a self-propelled steam engine for the first time. And it wasn't just powering a machine.
Right.
It was actually moving this vehicle down the road.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
the impact on a young boy
Yeah.
who had never seen anything like it? It was
Right.
a revelation.
Yeah.
It sparked a fascination with horseless carriages
Uh-huh.
that would stay with him for the
Right.
rest of his life.
So at 16, he leaves the farm, heads to the bustling city of Detroit, determined to make his mark in the world of machines.
Okay.
He dives right in.
Yeah.
Takes on a series of jobs.
Okay.
Machinist to mechanic, even working for the Detroit Edison Company.
Oh, wow.
And each experience
Yeah.
hones his skills,
Okay.
feeds that insatiable appetite for mechanical knowledge.
It's fascinating how he's not just learning.
Yeah.
He's mastering these skills.
Exactly.
He even lands a job running a Westinghouse portable steam engine.
Like he's laying the groundwork for his future.
Right.
Even if he doesn't realize it yet.
What's remarkable is his persistence.
Yeah.
He faces setbacks, works long hours,
Yeah.
but never loses sight of that dream.
Right.
He knows he's meant for something bigger.
Yeah.
And he's willing to put in the work
Totally.
to get there.
Then comes a pivotal moment.
Okay.
His encounter with the internal combustion engine. He repairs one at a shop, and it's like a light bulb goes off.
Oh.
This is the future
Wow.
of automobiles.
Okay.
It's a turning point, right?
It is.
He sees the potential of this new technology, and his mind starts racing
Yeah.
with possibility.
Right.
Yeah, this isn't just about repairing engines anymore.
Right.
This is about building something entirely new.
Okay.
And this ambition leads him
Yeah.
to the Edison Illuminating Company in 1891. Now, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
He actually kind of fibs his way into the job.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Claiming to know more about electricity than he actually does.
Oh, that's classic Ford. Bold, resourceful, always willing to take a calculated risk. Yeah. It's a good thing he was a fast learner, though. Oh, yeah. Because the previous chief engineer had been well electrocuted.
Yeah, talk about pressure.
Oh, my gosh.
But Ford thrives in this environment.
Okay.
Within 2 years, he rises to the position of chief engineer.
Wow.
All the while,
still
got this burning desire to build a horseless carriage.
And that brings us to 1896.
Okay.
Another pivotal year. Ford attends a company conference.
Okay.
And he gets a chance to meet his hero, Thomas Edison himself.
Wow.
He sketches out his idea for a gasoline-powered quadricycle, essentially a lightweight four-wheeled bicycle with an engine.
Oh, okay.
And Edison, the great inventor, encourages him. He tells Ford, young man, and that's the thing.
Wow.
You have it, keep at it.
Can you imagine the validation?
I know.
The boost of confidence?
Totally.
That must have given him.
It was a turning point.
Yeah.
Ford knew he was on the right track.
Yeah.
He had the blessing of the greatest inventor of the age.
Right.
And he was ready to pour all his energy into making his dream a reality.
And that's precisely what he does.
Okay.
In 1899, he launches his first car company.
Wow.
The Detroit Automotive Company.
Okay.
Determined to make his mark on the world.
Okay.
But it doesn't go as planned.
Oh.
The company struggles, only producing a handful of delivery trucks before folding. It's a setback.
Yeah.
But Ford isn't one to give up easily.
No.
He learns from this experience.
Okay.
He realizes that building these expensive custom vehicles isn't the way to go.
Right.
He needs to create something for the everyday person, something affordable and reliable.
Makes sense.
But first, he needs to prove himself.
Okay.
And what better way to do that than by racing?
Yeah.
Ford builds a race car.
Okay.
The sweepstakes.
Okay.
And he challenges the top racer in the country.
Oh, wow.
Alexander Winton.
Okay.
This is a David and Goliath story.
Yeah.
Everyone is watching to see what happens.
Right.
And to everyone's surprise, Ford wins.
He wins.
He beats Winton.
Wow.
In this thrilling race.
That's huge.
And suddenly, he's got investors knocking on his door again.
That victory is crucial. Right. It puts Ford on the map.
Yeah.
Not just as this talented mechanic, but as a visionary.
Yeah.
A man who can push the boundaries of what's possible with automobiles.
So in 1901, he forms the Henry Ford Company, his second attempt at building a car company.
Okay.
But even this one doesn't quite work out.
Oh.
He leaves after just a few months.
Really?
Due to disagreements with investors.
It's a frustrating time for him, right?
I bet.
He's so close to his dream.
Yeah.
Yet it keeps slipping away.
Yeah.
But his determination never wavers. He knows he's onto something big.
Yeah.
And he's not going to let anything stop him.
And his racing success continues. He builds another car. The 9999 set speed records.
Wow.
Solidifying his reputation in the burgeoning world of automobiles. He's becoming a household name.
Okay.
And in 1903, along with a coal dealer named Alexander Malcolmson, he finally forms the company that will become his legacy. The Ford Motor Company.
Ford Motor Company.
The stage is set.
Yeah.
The company's first car, the Model A.
Okay.
It's this stylish two-seater with an 8-horsepower engine.
Wow.
It's a far cry from his early quadricycle.
Yeah.
A testament to how far he's come.
Right.
The Model A sells well, but there's a problem brewing.
Oh.
The Association of Licensed Automobile Manufacturers, claiming control over this patent for gasoline cars, refuses to license Ford.
Oh, wow.
It's a major roadblock for the fledgling company.
And this is where we see Ford's fighting spirit emerge.
Yeah.
He sees this as an attack on innovation, a blatant attempt to stifle competition.
Yeah.
He decides to take them to court.
Wow.
Arguing against this unjust monopoly.
It's a bold move.
Is.
He's a small company going up against this powerful industry group.
Right.
It's a battle that will drag on for years.
Oh, wow.
And test Ford's resolve.
Okay.
But amidst this legal battle, Ford is already dreaming bigger.
Oh.
He's got this idea for a car that will change the world.
Wow.
A car that will be affordable, reliable, accessible to everyone.
And that car, of course, is the Model T.
The Model T?
Yeah, the Model T. The car that would become an icon.
Yeah.
A symbol of American ingenuity.
Yeah.
And the vehicle that truly put America on wheels.
It's hard to overstate the impact of the Model T,
Yeah.
especially for those of us who grew up hearing stories from our parents and grandparents
Right.
about how this car changed their lives.
Oh, totally.
Opened up new possibilities.
Yeah.
Connected them to the world in ways they never imagined.
What made the Model T so revolutionary?
Yeah.
Was its simplicity, its durability, and most importantly, its affordability.
It was a car built for the masses.
Yeah.
Not just for the wealthy elite.
Right.
And that was Ford's vision from the very beginning, to democratize the automobile, to make it a tool for everyone.
He understood that to achieve this vision, he needed to rethink the way cars were built. He needed to find a way to produce them on a scale never seen before.
And that's where his genius really shines.
Yeah.
He develops a system of mass production that revolutionized not just the auto industry, but manufacturing as a whole.
The assembly line.
Yeah.
A concept borrowed from other industries, but perfected by Ford.
Became the backbone of his operation.
So instead of skilled craftsmen building an entire car from start to finish, each worker on the assembly line had one specific task, repeating it over and over again as the car moved down the line.
Think of it like a carefully choreographed dance. Each worker playing their part, moving in sync to create the seamless flow of production.
Can you give us an example
of
how this worked in practice?
Let's take the magneto assembly line. The magneto is a crucial component of the engine's ignition system. Before the assembly line, it took a skilled worker about 20 minutes to assemble a single magneto.
That doesn't seem too bad.
But with the assembly line, Ford broke down the process into 29 separate steps.
Wow.
Each performed by a different worker.
So instead of one person doing everything, you had 29 people.
Each specializing in one tiny part of the process.
Exactly. And the result was astonishing.
Right.
The time it took to assemble a magneto dropped from 20 minutes to just 13 minutes.
That's a huge improvement.
Yeah.
But wasn't this kind of work incredibly monotonous and repetitive for the workers?
It was.
Yeah.
And Ford faced high turnover rates. Workers just couldn't handle the boredom and the physical strain.
So what did he do?
In 1914, he made a decision that sent shockwaves through the industrial world. He more than doubled the wages of his workers to $5 a day.
$5 a day?
Yeah.
That was a fortune back then.
It was.
Wow.
And it instantly made Ford one of the most talked about figures in the country.
I bet.
Some praised him as a visionary, a champion of the working class.
Yeah.
Others criticized him, saying he was undermining the entire capitalist system.
Right.
It was a radical move.
Yeah.
But it achieved its goal. Turnover rates plummeted. And Ford was able to attract and retain a loyal workforce.
But this wasn't just about altruism, was it?
No, there were strings attached to this $5 a day wage.
What do you mean?
Ford created a sociological department to monitor the lives of his employees.
So he was basically spying on them.
In a way, yes. They inspected homes.
Wow.
Interviewed families, even checked up on workers' spending habits.
Why would he do that?
Ford believed he had a right to control their lives since he was paying them so well.
It's a bit creepy, isn't it?
It was certainly controversial.
Yeah.
And it highlights one of the paradoxes of Ford's legacy. He was a champion of the working class, but also a staunch social engineer.
So you have this incredible innovation.
Yeah.
Mass production, making cars affordable for millions.
Right.
But also this darker side.
Yeah.
This controlling aspect.
Exactly. And it raises important questions about the nature of progress and the role of technology in our lives.
Let's not forget that Ford was also fighting a major legal battle at this time against the Association of Licensed Automobile Manufacturers.
That battle over the Selden patent, which they claimed gave them control over all gasoline-powered cars.
It was a fight for the future of the industry.
It was?
And Ford was determined to win.
Yeah.
He saw it as a fight against monopoly, a fight for the free market, and the right of anyone to build and sell automobiles.
And while all this is going on,
Yeah.
he's also proving the durability of his Model T in a very public way.
You're talking about the 1909 transcontinental race.
Yes.
That grueling race across America.
Yeah.
From New York to Seattle.
A true test of man and machine.
And guess what?
What?
A Model T won.
No way!
Well, technically it was disqualified later for an engine swap.
Oh!
But the point was made.
Right.
The Model T could handle anything.
It was a publicity coup for Ford.
Yeah.
And it solidified the car's reputation for ruggedness and reliability.
By the end of World War I,
yeah,
half the cars on American roads were Model Ts.
it was a phenomenon. And Ford was at the height of his power.
He was a global icon.
Yeah.
A symbol of American innovation and industrial might.
But as we'll see, there were still challenges ahead.
Okay.
Controversies that would tarnish his legacy and personal struggles that would test him to his core.
So we've got Henry Ford, this farm boy turned industrial titan.
Right.
At the top of his game.
Yeah.
The Model T is a global sensation.
It really is.
He's revolutionized manufacturing of the assembly line, and he's become one of the most famous men in the world.
Yeah, it's a remarkable story of achievement.
Yeah.
But as we've seen, Ford's legacy is complex.
Yeah, it really is.
It's this mix of brilliance and innovation, but also some deeply troubling aspects.
And one of the most disturbing chapters in Ford's life is his descent into anti-Semitism.
Yeah, in the 1920s.
Okay.
He purchases a newspaper, the Dearborn Independent,
okay,
and used it to publish a series of articles and pamphlets that were filled with these hateful stereotypes and conspiracy theories about Jewish people.
It's hard to believe that someone so brilliant could hold such prejudiced views.
It's a stark reminder that intelligence and innovation don't necessarily equate to moral virtue.
And these publications were widely distributed.
They were.
Even available at Ford dealerships.
He used his vast wealth and influence to spread his hateful ideology.
Wow.
He did eventually apologize.
Okay.
But many believed it wasn't sincere.
Yeah, it's a stain on his legacy that's impossible to erase.
It is.
It's a reminder that even our heroes can have deeply flawed sides.
And it's important to acknowledge these flaws even as we appreciate their contributions.
Absolutely. So amidst all this success and controversy, the Model T era comes to an end in 1927.
After 15 million cars.
15 million cars.
Yeah. Ford decides to stop production and focus on developing a new model.
The Model A?
The Model A. A more modern car with a more powerful engine and a sleeker design.
But it wasn't easy to follow up on the success of the Model T.
It wasn't, which had become such a beloved and iconic vehicle.
Right. Ford also faced challenges on the personal front.
He did. He had this strained relationship with his son, Edsel.
Okay.
Who took over as president of the company.
And there were disagreements over the direction of the company.
There were.
And Edsel's untimely death in 1943 devastated Ford.
He was never the same after that.
Ford himself passed away in 1947 at the age of 83.
Leaving behind a legacy that's still debated today.
So what's the takeaway from all of this? What can we learn from the life of Henry Ford?
Well, I think there are several key lessons.
Okay.
First, his story is a testament to the power of perseverance. He faced numerous setbacks, but never gave up on his dreams.
He was driven, ambitious, and always willing to push the boundaries of what was possible.
Second, he was a master of innovation.
Okay.
He didn't invent the automobile or the assembly line, but he perfected them. He saw the potential of these technologies and found ways to use them to make cars affordable for the masses.
Third, Ford's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of moral responsibility.
Yeah, his anti-Semitism and his controlling tendencies are a reminder that even brilliant minds can be deeply flawed.
And finally, I think Ford's legacy challenges us to think about the role of technology in our lives.
It does. His innovations transformed America and the world, but they also came with a cost.
Yeah, the assembly line, while incredibly efficient, also made work repetitive and dehumanizing.
Right.
And the automobile, while giving us this unprecedented freedom of mobility, also contributed to pollution, suburban sprawl, and a dependence on fossil fuels.
So as we look back on Ford's life, we're left with this complex and nuanced picture of a man who changed the world for better and for worse.
It's a story that continues to resonate and to challenge us even today.
And that's the beauty of history.
Yeah.
It's not just about the past. It's about understanding the present and shaping the future.
So what do you think? How has Ford's legacy impacted your life? Share your thoughts with us on social media.
And be sure to subscribe to The Deep Dive for more fascinating explorations into the lives of remarkable individuals and the events that shaped our world.
Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.